Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be introducing you Minecraft. Well, not really introducing, but telling you the summary of Minecraft. If you've heard of Minecraft, I'm sure you've heard of Steve. Let's start. Steve was a little kid when he wanted to be a miner. He grew up and chased his dreams and became a miner. Once he was mining and found a strange-looking cube and a box. He put the cube in the box, they fitted, and really strangely to Earth, there was a portal to, I don't know, it's too weird. It was to the overworld of Minecraft. Steve went in and he punched a block, but it became small. He was in shock. He started doing this, and started building a whole new place. After a year or two, he got to be a pro. He built his own city. He got his dream as a miner, as in a world where there's no human. But he really needed a friend. As all night, zombies were attacking his house, but this time also a wolf came running to attack. Steve named the wolf Dennis because when Steve gave Dennis a bone, it was how Dennis loved Steve. While that was happening in the Minecraft world, in the real world, Henry lost his parents and moved in with his sister in the world. He used to live somewhere else before, but now he lived in the place where it was suspicious how Steve just got lost. Dawn gave Natalie, Steve's sister, the rat. Wait, wrong thing. Not Steve's sister, Henry's sister. Dawn used to work at an animal shelter, so she knew how to handle any kind of animal. Well, except lions. Henry even went to a new school, but it was weird. Henry built a rocket ship, which destroyed where Natalie worked. The Chunky Chip Factory. Once he was going to school and found a gaming store. He didn't have time to see anything, so he went to school, and while he was coming back, he went to the gaming store where worked Garrett. Let's go back to what happened in the overworld. Steve built a portal which led to somewhere. Dennis, Steve's dog, really wanted to see it, so Dennis ran in. And to save Dennis, here comes Steve. But instead of being the hero, he got to be a prisoner. The land which the portal opens to was called the Nether. Dennis somehow got out and got the cube from the leader of Nether. That's what they wanted. How clever Dennis was! Steve set his address number in Earth, the real place he lived, and Dennis somehow went in it and actually put it under his bed. Steve got an eviction notice, but he wasn't there, so he didn't know he got evicted. So, and just like that, the cube went to a garage. What happened was Garrett really wanted a Cosmos. He went into the garage and looked for a Cosmos and found a Cosmos. He paid for it, and when he opened it, it was a total scam. He found a bunch of just toys and the cube and box. Well, let's get back to when Henry was at Garrett's gaming store. Henry asked Garrett what the cube was. Cube and box were. Garrett had some rules, but Henry didn't listen, and he completely just put the cube into the box. The cube and the box pulled him to a construction site where the miners used to work. He went there in Garrett's car, found a portal. Meanwhile, Natalie was trying to text him, but he didn't respond. So she called Dawn. Dawn said she might know where Henry is, and Dawn took her to Henry. And by the time Dawn and Natalie got there, Henry immediately got pulled in the portal. All of them, Natalie, Garrett, and Dawn, tried to save him, but they couldn't. They also went in with him. OMG. Natalie hugs Henry and asks, "What have you been doing? You see how many texts and calls I have did?" Henry just responds, "Sorry." And then the same story. Henry punched a block. Henry just started building a castle. And as usual, at night, the zombies come out. And yes, they got attacked by the zombies. OMG. Garrett was out exploring elsewhere, but he had zombies, skeletons attacking him too, so he had to run. So he ran and found their house and tried to come in, but all doors were blocked. So he might have dropped the cube and the box. And yes, they almost got it attacked in, but they didn't. So yeah, Steve came in time to save them, to heroic them. The time that Garrett dropped the cube, the portal to the earth closed. Steve said to them, "I can get you to earth. Just give me the cube." And they said, "Nuh-uh-uh." But Henry just reminded everyone how he just killed like a bunch of zombies. So yes, they gave it to him. He told them that in order to get the portal back, they'll need to go to the giant mansion, which was across the mountain and the jungle redstone. As Steve was taking them through his village as built a city, he was showing them some cool tips about where things are. And he took them to a creation table where you have to put 9 things together. Well, it could be how many things together, just not one. And doom, you have something, a tool, a sword, anything. Weird. They were walking through the city when pew, pew, attacks started from the Nether. While this was happening, Natalie wasn't with Henry, and she felt sad that the only one job she had, she couldn't do well. But as Natalie and Dawn built a house, they had lived to survive. And so had the others. Henry, Garrett, and Steve were running away, and Henry was trying to ask questions about Natalie. Steve just said he'll get to her later. But sadly, while they were in the jungle, while they were trying to fight, Garrett Steve had packed 2 wings, and he had 3 people. So what he did was he took Steve's hair and said that I will control you from now on, and flied on Garrett. And now here comes the part when they were fighting and Steve and Henry had to say goodbye to Garrett. They floated down, crashed in the middle of trees. No one knew where they were. So Natalie and Dawn started looking for them and found them. Natalie and Dawn took them to their cozy hut, which was full of exactly what you need. As Steve and Henry woke up in their hut, they said they lost Garrett, which is pretty sad news. And they were at least strong enough to go fight for it. So he had found a way somehow. He had found out the invention of Henry could really help. As he made the jetpack, it worked, and he went up to the portal of the Nether, and the stroke that lightning was giving in the overworld, which meant the sign of the Nether, was the overworld. So they really helped, and somehow, Henry was about to fall, and he fell. But now here comes Hero Garrett. They thought he wasn't alive, but he was. He came in the Nether parachute, and they glided to defeat it. So yeah, then they defeated all of them and got praised. At the end, they got to the mansion, and Henry was just about to get the keys when he got attacked. But nice news, for all the greedy behavior, he got gifted, and they got the portal back to Earth. The end. Well, Steve came to Earth, and they had loads of party. The end. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, share. Bye, guys.